Woo! I'm a little juiced for episode 5, season 2 of Coming In Hot. We are heading into the NFL season. Let's fucking go. I'm here a couple days late because, quite honestly, I don't even know what the fuck just happened. All of a sudden, I was like, damn, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Oh shit, it's Wednesday. The season starts tomorrow night. Buffalo Bills, LA Rams. We'll be covering that shit tomorrow. I'm going to be in here a little more frequently, at least in the next coming days, because there's a lot of shit I want to cover before the season really kicks off over the weekend. On that note, I'm going to run through some news and notes for you, and then we're going to dive into division previews. Today, we're previewing the AFC South and the NFC South, hence the reason I'm wearing the Reggie Bush New Orleans Saints jersey today, because newsflash, I kind of like them in their division. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute. On that note, Dallas signs tackle Jason Peters to replace Tyron Smith, who is out. They did sign him to the practice squad, though, so who knows if they'll bring him up. He is a much older player. It's been a little while. So we'll see. Lamar Jackson apparently gets an improved offer, whatever the fuck that means. Deal is not imminent. Who knows? The Jimmy G deal bothered Trey Lance. No shit. Now he has to look over his shoulder at every waking fucking second on whether or not he's going to lose his fucking job. David Bahk targeted in week 1 to be back. Big Giraffe back in the fucking house. Let's go. Allen Lazard has an undisclosed injury. Whatever that means. All right. Jacksonville running back James Robinson is going to play in week 1 after a torn Achilles last year. Pittsburgh quarterback is going to be Mitchell motherfucking Trubisky, which is not shocking. I know they drafted Kenny Pickett in the first round. Chances are he will start by the time the end of the season comes around. I would not be shocked to see him starting by week 6 or 7 if they start out really, really horribly, which apparently everybody predicts that they will. I, however, think that they'll be a lot better than people think because their defense is pretty fucking stout. On that note, Chase Young apparently re-aggravates his ACL injury and Washington is pissed. Turns out that bullshit is fake fucking news. Dude's deleted the tweet already, and it's already been debunked. So you know what that means? Somebody's trying to get some clout. I don't know what his name is. It doesn't matter. His name is worthless now, and he just buried himself. And apparently he was an Arizona Cardinals reporter. Why the fuck are you talking about Washington Commanders? Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Buffalo Bills tight end gets a well-deserved 4-year extension, $53.6 million and $31 million guaranteed. You know how many fucking tables that can buy in the city of Buffalo? A whole lot. The whole parking lot's going to be full of tables. They're going to fucking go, boom, smash right through. Let's go fucking Buffalo. Zach Wilson out until at least week 4, which means Joe Flacco starting week 1. If I was you, I would bet the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, on the spread to shred the New York Jets. Joe Flacco's not getting fucking revenge on the Ravens. Pat McAfee joins College Game Day. That is not an NFL story, but Pat McAfee is the fucking man and the guy that I like as far as podcasting goes and one of my personal favorite podcasters. Pat McAfee, you're the man. Enjoy College Game Day. And the last bit of news and notes is that Zadarius Smith joined the Minnesota Vikings to get revenge on Green Bay for such a terrible year last year because they treated him poorly. Bitch, bring it. I hope Aaron Rodgers throws 350 fucking yards and even 4 damn touchdowns to his shitty receivers and then shred your ass up and down. Good luck getting by the big Giraffe. Or possibly Elton Jenkins. Or both. Bitch, bring it. Man, I ain't scared. It is time. 3:25, Sunday. Green Bay, Minnesota. Let's go. Atlanta Saints, 12. Sunday. All right, we're going to run down some previews. I'm going to start with the AFC South because why not? All right, AFC South, we got Indy last year 9-8, Tennessee last year 12-5, Houston 4-13 last year, Jacksonville 3-14. How do I think they're going to improve on these numbers? Quite a bit. Honestly, I think that Indy is going to take the division this year as opposed to Tennessee. I think that Tennessee will finish second. I've got Jacksonville third, and I've got Houston fourth. Houston is an absolute pile of dog shit. They got a little bit of continuity because their defensive coordinator is now their head coach. However, I don't like that pick. They've added Mario Addison, added Jerry Hughes, added Damian Pierce at running back. They added John Mechie. Unfortunately, John Mechie has a condition. No, will not play for the entire season. The rookie, get well soon, John Mechie. On that note, they are plus 3,000 to win the division. I predict them to go fourth in the division because they are dog shit. Nothing against Davis Mills. His prediction is, as far as the Caesars app go, again, I pull all my stats and odds from the Caesars app. Davis Mills, 3,500 and a half yards. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he went under that shit because that's pretty terrible. 20 and a half touchdowns. Again, I'm going to go under on that. Their season totals wins is 4.5 out of 17 games. 4.5 wins. And guess what? I'm taking that shit under as well. Not shocking. Still has Brandon Cooks. Dameon Pierce could be a phenomenal running back. Offensive line, we'll see. He looked pretty good at the end of the season last year. I'll give him a little bit of credit. But the Lovie Smith hiring, Lovie Smith was not, everybody's like, oh, he was so great in Chicago. He was okay in Chicago. Let's not get this shit twisted. He was okay in Chicago. But this team already sucked, and you literally took one of your coaches and elevated him to head coach status. Even though you already sucked, what sense does that make? Whatever. I digress. Jacksonville Jaguars. Head coach Doug Peterson added Christian Kirk, added Evan Ingram, added Mario Edwards, added Trayvon Walker, added Foy Fatukasi, added Brandon Scherf, added Zay Jones, added Foy Oluokun, and lost Laviska Shenault. They're plus 700 to win the division. They added a whole lot of pieces. Now, where those pieces fit together, we're going to find out. They also added Travis Etienne because he came back from injury this year. His boy Trevor Lawrence and him, the Clemson connection coming back together. Be interested to see how that happens. On that note, I'm predicting them to finish third in the division, plus 700 to win the division. No, I'm sorry, no, not yet. Maybe in a couple years, because there's a lot of key pieces. James Robinson's back from his injury. Travis Etienne's back from his injury. I mean, a lot of guys coming back and a lot of new guys. Where are they fitting? We'll see. Under 6.5 wins, I'm going with the under again. Trevor Lawrence, 3,900.5 yards. I'm actually going to take the over on that because I like Trevor Lawrence to have a fantastic year. Over 22.5 touchdowns. Also like the over on that. Travis Etienne, 700.5 yards. Ugh. Yeah. I'm going to take the over on that. 5.5 touchdowns, probably the over on that. Chances are he's going to be the starting back by the end of the season because they're pretty much just going to railroad James Robinson and give the job to Etienne. Well, because your starting quarterback was his former college teammate and their best friend. So, anyway. All right, second in the division, Tennessee Titans. I'm going with them to take a drop back. A.J. Brown, gone. Treylon Burks in the building. However, Treylon Burks doesn't look very good. So, hopefully he can pick shit up. An Arkansas wide receiver. We'll see. They bet big on him, so we're going to find out. Lost to Harold Landry. He just tore his ACL last week. Awful news. Austin Hooper in the building. Julio Jones out the building. Derrick Henry. Was he really gone? Whatever. They're plus 190 to win the division. They could very well win the division. Absolutely. Indianapolis is, it's right there. Value pick, probably Tennessee. Plus 190? Yeah. If you're feeling nuts, go with Jacksonville. Plus 700, not a bad deal. All right. Second in the division. Their over-under is 9 wins. I like them to go under. I like Indianapolis to be the only team in the division to get double-digit wins. Ryan Tannehill, 3,500.5 yards. I'm going to take the under. 22.5 yards. 22.5 touchdowns. I'm going to take the over on that. I can't take the under on that because he will likely get touchdowns, tight ends. He's got receivers, but I don't think he's going to have the prolific passing attack that he had last year. I think they're going to be more of a running team. Mike Vrabel will have a lot to say about that. All right, we get to my AFC South prediction. Indianapolis Colts. I'm predicting them to win the division. They are at minus 140, which means they are the absolute favorites. Added Matt Ryan, added Rock Ya-Sin, lost Yannick Ngakoue, lost Carson Wentz, added Stephon Gilmore, lost T.Y. Hilton, who's still a free agent, so they technically didn't lose him, but he's not on the team, so they lost him for the time being. I'm banking on Matt Ryan to pick up where he left off in Atlanta, to be a much better, more prolific passer, exactly what they needed. They were at 9-8 last year. I mean, with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz did not play well until the end of the season, and where he was god-awful. But you know what? I really like Matt Ryan to come in there and do some nice things. Now, they have not been seen yet, so we will see. But Also, Stephon Gilmore, I mean, fuck, if he can just be a portion of his former self, they're in good news there. They replaced Rock Ya-Sin with him. They got Yannick Ngakoue. They got a little bit of extra help for DeForest Buckner. Not a bad deal. First, only team with double-digit wins in that division, minus 140. Over-under is 10 wins. I'm taking the over on that. Because even if it lands on 10, guess what? Push. Matt Ryan, 3,905 yards. Over. 24.5 touchdowns. Over. Jonathan Taylor, 1,400.5 yards. Over. 13.5 touchdowns. I'm going to take the over on that too. I'm going to feel gutsy today. Let's go ahead and make some money. Whether I make money, I'm not going to bet on all these. That's too much. This is too much. This is more or less just for curiosity's sake on where teams sit. All right, we're going to go to the NFC North. We got Tampa Bay 13-4 last year. NOLA 9-8. Atlanta 7-10. Where the fuck were they 7-10? Holy shit. Matt Ryan. Carolina 5-12. Dog shit. But you know what? Still love my team. Well, I mean, there's a lot of changes there, but not like this. All right, Tampa Bay adds Julio Jones, gets Chris Godwin back from injury. Gronk retires. Ryan Jensen injured. Alex Kappa to the Bengals. Ali Marpet retired. O.J. Howard cut. Kyle Rudolph added. Russell Gage added. Logan Ryan added. Bruce Arians out. Todd Bowles in. Again, the continuity stature says they were already a really good team, so changing coaches doesn't change much because their philosophy is going to stay exactly the same. Offense coordinator is still the same. Todd Bowles running the team. He's probably just going to be the de facto defensive coordinator. Who gives a shit what he's going to do? I don't like Todd Bowles as coach. I'm not buying them. They're minus 280. Minus 280. The heavy favorite to win this goddamn division. Guess what? I do not think they'll win the division. Not that I don't think Tom Brady's bad, but I do not think they'll win the division. All right, their wins are 11.5. I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under on 11.5 wins. Tom Brady, 45, 50.5 yards. I'm taking the under. Touchdowns, 34.5. I'm taking the under. Fournette, 750.5 yards. If he's healthy, I'll take the over. Touchdowns, over 7.5. I'll take the over because he's going to get the ball in the goal line anyway, no matter what. NOLA. Last year, 9-8. I'm projecting them first. Jarvis Landry. Chris Olave. Tyrann Mathieu. Marcus May. Michael Thomas back from injury. James Winston back from injury. Trevor Pennick, if he doesn't beat the shit out of somebody or do some shit to get himself suspended because he's an idiot. All right, they did lose. Big losses. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, safety. Malcolm Jenkins retired. Sean Payton out. Dennis Allen in. Marcus Williams also gone. They're plus 320 to win the division. Plus 320. That's big value money. And for me being in the land of the New Orleans Saints, that's good financial value when it comes to betting. I like how they've improved. I think with, continuity again, Dennis Allen's going to run basically the same offense. He's a defensive coordinator, so his defense will stay the same. Already a top defense as it is. Adds stud in Tyrann Mathieu on the back end. Still got Demario Davis. Still have Marcus Davenport. Still have Cam Johnson. I mean, they have Cam Jordan, excuse me, not Cam Johnson. Phenomenal players on the defensive side of the ball. All of that will help their offense, which now seems to have improved. Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave. And getting Michael Thomas back, I mean, that's a huge boon for them this offseason. I predict them to go first, 8.5 wins. I definitely think they'll shoot over that. I think they'll hit over double digits. Jameis Winston, 3650.5. If he's healthy, absolutely over, no doubt about it. 24.5 touchdowns, again, absolutely over, no doubt about it. All right, Atlanta Falcons, nope, let's go skip to Carolina. Carolina 5-12 last year, plus 1,100 to win the division. I'm predicting them to go third this year in the division. Added Baker Mayfield, added Laviska Shenault. Sam Darnold's still on the roster, so they didn't lose anybody really. Not anybody of note that I could see. But the Baker Mayfield move in itself is, I think, a beautiful move. You've got Baker Mayfield, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and now Laviska Shenault. You've got quality pieces on the offensive side of the ball. Christian McCaffrey is back from injury. Hopefully that will do some good things for them. I like Carolina to finish third in the division. I like them to finish just under 10 wins. Maybe that 7-8 win range. Basically flip-flop with Atlanta. I got Atlanta going under that. 6.5 wins is their prediction. I'm taking the over on that. Baker Mayfield, 3,650.5 yards. I actually really like him to do over that. And 21.5 touchdowns, absolutely to do over that. CMC, can he stay healthy? Quite honestly, I'll take the under. And 8.5 touchdowns, I'll take the under again because when was the last time he was healthy? No disrespect to Christian McCaffrey, one of the most talented players in the world. Exactly why I didn't draft him on my fantasy team. If you go on my Facebook page, which is now reactivated, you can check that out. I have my full fantasy lineup in there for my team. I'd say my current starters, but I don't know yet. I haven't tinkered with it yet. It's Wednesday, so I'll check on that more. But that's my full lineup right there. I stayed away from Christian McCaffrey altogether. He was one of the top backs in fantasy land. Everybody, oh, it's Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's been hurt for the last 3 years in a row. I will not draft Christian McCaffrey. I took Austin Eckler. Jeepers, criminy. I can't get my freaking words out today. Do like Baker Mayfield. Do like him with his offensive weapons. Christian McCaffrey, if he can stay healthy, hell yeah, why not? But if he can, I don't buy it. All right, Atlanta adds quarterback Desmond Ridder, adds Drake London, Tyler Algier, Marcus Mariota, loses Calvin Ridley to the suspension for the year. Matt Ryan gone, Casey Hayward in at cornerback. It's a good spot for the defense. Casey Hayward is still quite phenomenal. He's one of my favorite players. When he was a Packer, I loved him. He was great. They're plus 3,500 to win the division. They're not going to win the division. They're going to finish fourth. Good God, they're going to finish fourth. Over-under is 5 wins. Can they win 5 games? I'm not entirely certain, to be honest. 5 games is a lot for the Atlanta Falcons, and I just do not see it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under on 5 wins. I honestly think that they'll probably win 3 or 4. They'll be in the running for the top pick. Desmond Ridder, unless he wins the job by the end of the season, which he probably will be starting by the end of the season, whether injury or terrible performance. Or they'll be in the running for C.J. Stroud. Or whoever, Bryce Young, whoever else is coming out at the end of the year. Marcus Mariota, 2,050 yards, 50.5 yards passing. That's rough. That's pretty rough. I mean, that's less than 200 yards over a 10-game span. Or just over 200. That's 205 yards on a 10-game span. That's pretty sad. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the under on this. I'm banking that he's not going to finish the season. 10.5 touchdowns. God, this is embarrassing. I'm going to have to take the under again. I'm going to have to take the under on Marcus Mariota. I can't bank on him to stay even healthy enough to make it worthwhile. I mean, quite honestly, it's kind of embarrassing, really. But on that note, again, New Orleans Saints, I like them to win the division. I like them to be sneaky good team in the NFC. I really can't see 7 teams in the NFC better than them, even with the teams that made it. Even though in the NFC West, there's about 4 teams that really could make it at any given time. NFC North, 2. NFC South, 2. Bucks and then NFC East, Cowboys, maybe Eagles, maybe Cowboys, just Eagles. I don't know. It's pretty damn close. Either way, I'm going to try to knock out the rest of these division previews here in the next couple of days before try to get them in before the season starts. I do also want to get you my picks on Sunday mornings. I may not do a video for that one. I might just do an audio one because I'm just going to be running through picks and drop that on Sunday morning. On that note, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here, and I'll come back to you and probably tomorrow with a little bit more. Well, I have to tomorrow because tomorrow is game motherfucking 1. Let's go. Bills, Rams, tomorrow night. It's Thursday. Let's go. NBC. Hallelujah. Football season is back. Coming in hot is also back. We're back. Everybody's back. Let's fucking do this. On that note, guys, we'll catch y'all tomorrow.